What's up, everyone? My name is Joelle, and I'm your online host. We're so happy you're here today at Sandals Church Kids Online. Today, we're in a series called Here, where we're looking at the final moments before Jesus' crucifixion. First, we're going to watch a fun pre-show video together. Then we're going to sing some songs in worship. And finally, we're going to dive into the Bible together. Are you ready? Let's jump in.
Did you know that a baseball is actually made out of horsehide? And that inside a basketball is a rubber bladder? And that, how about a football? Did you know that a football is actually made out of pigskin? Wonder if we can make bacon with that. Now, baseball's been around for over 100 years, and it's pretty much stayed the same ever since. That's what got us thinking. I wonder if there's anything better than a baseball to hit in baseball. That's why I brought Griffin and Daniel with me, and we're here to test out that theory.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the seventh inning stretch.
So we wanted to keep things pretty simple today. We wanted to hit something that's relatively the same size as a baseball just to get started. And you know, we're talking about sports. Every good sport has a good mascot. So mascot, what do we have first? What's up? All right, so first we're starting with, thank you. Thank you. We're starting with an onion. Now, our mascot is gonna be keeping score for us so we can see which one is the best to hit.
All right, here goes the onion.
That was so good, dude. Dude, you nailed that onion. It's pretty good. I feel like it'd be hard to catch though, because it's so many pieces. All right, let's see what our score is. 7.5. Okay, so Griffin's next. Let's see what we have for him. So we're gonna keep it pretty simple for you, give you something pretty easy to hit. Let's see our next one, a regular bouncy ball. What do you think about that?
It's great, man. Now it's time for the bouncy ball.
Nice, dude. That's probably a home run there. Whew, this was good. There's some really, even though it was light, like it just like went up high, so that was good.
I think the bounce helped me a lot.
The bounce was really good. All right, let's check out our score.
You kidding me, man?
Hey, man. You know what? That was your first one. There's a lot of other ones, so let's see what's next. All right, Daniel, we have something a little bit harder for you.
Okay.
Let's see what our next one is. We're gonna try a can of dog food.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go. Okay. Did we puncture the seal? Wow.
Not even a little bit?
Dude, this is like post-apocalyptic right here.
There's a good dent though.
You nailed that thing. Metal to metal right here. All right, let's check out his score. Oh! Dude, that's cold. That's cold.
Oh no.
All right, let's see if you come back. Now, we're gonna up the game on yours. Let's see what we have for you to hit. Oh, hello there. Ooh, you like tamales?
I love tamales.
Here is a full mix of tamale.
Hot tamale.
There we go. You ready? Visually, that was awesome. You also destroyed it. And I'll just tell you, maybe you could smell it through the camera. It smells amazing. All right, let's check your score. Oh! Dude, that's better.
good.
That's an improvement.
That's
way better. All right,
I'm
let's
on
see
the
if
way up.
Daniel can top that. All right, Daniel. Let's see what your next hit is. Ooh,
Shopkins?
a box of Micro Light Shopkins. Once you shop, you can't stop. I bet you guys are super mad about this.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
No! What?
Yeah.
This was unexpected. I did not think you'd be able to tear through the plastic. We only have the little orange left over. Let's get your score. Next up, we've got the watermelon.
You guys, that pre-show video was so fun. Next, we're gonna head into a time of worship and sing a few songs together. And then after that, we're gonna dive into the Bible story. But first, if you haven't, hit the download button below and print out your Get Real guide. This guide is gonna be the key to you following the Bible story. All right, guys, let's check them out.
Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man. Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man.
Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man.
Whoa!
Jesus grew in wisdom. That means he's a scholar.
Jesus grew in stature, that means he got taller.
Jesus grew in favor with God and with man.
Jesus is the greatest, I wanna be like him. Wanna be like him. Wanna be like him.
I want
Be like him.
be
Wanna be like
him.
Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man.
Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man.
Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man. Whoa!
Jesus grew in wisdom. That means he's a scholar.
Jesus grew in stature, that means he got taller.
Jesus grew in favor with God and with man.
Jesus is the greatest, I wanna be like him. Wanna be like him. Wanna be like him. Wanna be like him. Wanna be like him.
I wanna hug my mama extra tight. I wanna read my Bible every night. I wanna put loose trash in the garbage bin. But most importantly, I wanna be like him. I wanna help someone realize their full potential. Wanna comb my hair and brush my dentals. Wanna help my best friend learn to swim. But most importantly, I wanna be like him. I wanna spend more time with my family. I wanna find another good book to read. I wanna have more workouts at the gym. But most importantly, I wanna be like him. I wanna eat my veggies and learn kung fu. Wanna be nice to the animals at the zoo. Wanna memorize Luke 2:52. But most importantly, I wanna be like you.
Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. I want to be like you. When I was alone, you were the one who listened. I looked down at the ground, but you held my head up high. When I was afraid, you were the one who gave me strength. There were no arms around me, but you were holding me. You were there when I was on my own. I was weak, but then you made me strong. You were there when I'm all alone. You were here, you were here, you were here with me. You were here, you were here, you were here with me. You were here, you were here, you were here with me. When I wasn't there and you were placed up on a tree, with your arms stretched out, you were holding me. You were there when I was on my own. I was weak, but then you made me strong. You were there when I'm all alone. You were here, you were here, you were here with me.
might not see you like I want to see you. You're so much bigger than I think you are. I might not see you like I want to see you, but you're always with me. You're never far away, far away, far away. You're never far away, far away, far away. You're so much bigger than I think you are. You were there when I was on my own. I was weak, but then you made me strong. You were there when I'm all alone. You were here, you were here, you were here with me. You were there when I was on my own. I was weak, but then you made me strong. You were there when I'm all alone. You were here, you were here, you were here with me.
Hey everyone, today we're talking about how we can't pass over what Jesus did for us from our story in Luke 22. Welcome to Here, our series where we're following Jesus during the last week before he dies. It's called Holy Week. This week we're gonna see how Jesus knew that he would be the sacrifice or given up for our sins and how he chose to love instead of leaving us. Let's check it out right here. Our story happens at the beginning of Passover, a really special and important holiday to Jewish people like Jesus. Let's open our Bibles to Luke chapter 22 to see what happens. So Passover includes a big meal with lots of food. Think like Thanksgiving. And it's when people would give up an animal sacrifice as a payment for their sins. This meal happened only one day before Jesus died on the cross. Take a look at your Get Real guide and look at the image of Jesus and his disciples eating the Passover dinner together. Now I want you to pick one of the people in that image to be Jesus, and whoever you choose, draw a crown over his head in the box. So Jesus sent Peter and John to Jerusalem to prepare the special Passover meal for them that day. Now John was a fisherman, so pick one of the disciples, whoever you want, at the table and draw a fish over his head. And so later in Peter's life, Jesus called him the Rock. So choose whichever person you want and draw a rock over him. So this particular Passover was going to be Jesus' last meal with his closest friends before he died. As he sat down with the disciples, Jesus shared something really important with them. He hinted to his followers that he would die just like the animal sacrifice they made every year, but that his sacrifice would be the only one they would ever need again. He also told them how he would come back to life. After sharing this, Jesus led his disciples in the very first communion by using bread and wine as symbols for his sacrifice. We still have this communion meal today. You may have even seen your parents do it at church. We eat the bread that represents Jesus' body being broken for our sin. We drink the wine, we use grape juice now, that represents his blood being spilled to give us life. Let's look at our guides again. How many hidden pieces of bread and cups of wine can you find? You have 10 seconds to circle as many as you can possibly find. So there are 13 of them there. If you miss one, you can get to it later, no worries. So after communion, Jesus talked about how one of the disciples, spoiler, it's a bad guy named Judas, was going to betray or turn his back on Jesus. Pick the disciple you think is Judas, and I want you guys to draw an angry face in the box above him. So this made the disciples argue about who would betray Jesus and who was the best follower. Now over the rest of the disciples, I want you to draw a squiggly line in their boxes. This is representing that they were arguing. Jesus changed the way they saw things by telling them that the greatest leader would be a servant. Now Jesus was the perfect example of the greatest leader being a servant. Even though he rules the universe, he came to serve God and us. That's one of the reasons Jesus did communion. It was a way to remind us that he loved us instead of left us.
We sinned, but God promised that he would send a Messiah to save us from sin and death. The one thing is, Jesus is here to complete God's promise.
All right, friends, today we have for you the Doodle Duel. And I have invited two very talented artists. Over here we have Zach, and over here we've got Mr. Coyote. And today they are going to doodle for you. And you guys will have 30 seconds to draw Robot Jeff completely from memory. So if you guys are ready, I'm gonna count you down. We're gonna put 30 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
And here we go. Shake it off. In 3, 2, 1, begin.
All right, starting with basic shapes.
Basic shapes.
Body, head. I'm starting on the head. What do the legs look
Can you name that shape?
Okay.
I got the
Ooh.
mouth going.
Details are already happening. Really good details.
How much time do we have?
Oh snap. I feel like we're coming to the end and I'm
It's
panicking
close.
and
Are you
rushing.
serious? Boom, boom, boom. I'm going color.
In
I'm going
10.
color.
9,
No!
7, 6,
Where's the color part?
5,
Rah,
4,
rah, rah,
3,
rah.
2, 1, and drop your pencils. I'll be honest, I'm impressed.
Yours looks great.
This is good. So can you guys go ahead and lift up your tablets if you guys can
Oh, no.
show those to our friends out there
Oh, boy.
watching.
Oh.
Okay, so you guys got some really good detail on him, which was really, really awesome. What was the most challenging part of this?
So for me, I can remember like the shape of Robot Jeff, but I definitely couldn't remember the details. I like the color though. Thanks, man.
Yeah, you got the color.
Yours looks great. You kind of did it like you did yours in 3D, which is really cool.
That's good. So you guys, you actually did a really, really great job. So here is,
Yes.
so yeah,
Oh.
you guys got his round eyes.
I got his.
You
his
definitely
mouth.
got the red
You
down.
guys got his mouth.
But
you
I got his nose. His nose is
Yeah.
a triangle
Oh,
shape.
Triangle
You got the
nose.
triangle.
You got the antenna.
Oh, I did totally different ears.
I didn't even give him ears.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for participating in the Doodle Duel today. If you guys want to do your own Doodle Duel at home, grab a friend, take 30 seconds, and see if you can draw a Robot Jeff by memory too. Even though Zach and Mr. Coyote see Robot Jeff pretty much every single day, it was still pretty easy for them to forget some of his details and some of the things that make him unique. And even for us, it's sometimes easy for us to forget the things that have happened in our lives. That's why it's good to have ways for us to remember things, like through pictures or videos. It's the same reason that Jesus did communion with his disciples and why we still do communion today too. Jesus wants us to remember the sacrifice he made for us, and that he is going to keep the promises he made to us for the future too. When we choose Jesus, we choose to remember what he did for us.
The most important thing we could ever remember about Jesus is that he died to save us from our sin. He completed God's promise to save us on the cross. And Jesus is still completing God's promise for our lives now. So remember the one thing is that Jesus is here to complete God's promise.
You guys, that was so much fun, and I love being your online host. Now, the fun doesn't have to stop here. You can actually find us on youtube.com/sandalskids. On there, you're gonna find our library of pre-show videos and much more. Thanks again for hanging out. See you next time.